Hi there everyone, my name is Grant Mufsovitz and welcome to the latest edition of Tom Talks. We've had some fantastic feedback with these talks over the last 18 months, so I feel very, very proud and privileged to be able to present the latest edition to you. The market has been going absolutely crazy. It is the busiest I have seen since well before the global financial crisis in 2007-2008. So today we're going to be talking to each of our desk heads, members of our teams in terms of the trends, insights, challenges that we faced in the market, and most importantly, to see whether this trend and craziness is going to continue over the next 6 to 12 months. Today we welcome David Feckerty, who is a manager in Tom Executive's Audit, Risk and Compliance practice. David is going to be talking about all things risk management, the trends, insights and challenges that he's seen over the last 6 months, and what he foresees happening over the next 6 to 12. Welcome, Fex.
Thanks, G. It's been an incredibly busy first half of 2022 for us. It's hard to compete with the volume we experienced across risk last year. I'd say the main difference though is last year it was very regulatory driven change. So organisations were going through APRA reviews, it was APRA findings, even enforceable undertakings. What we're seeing this year is more business driven change. So organisations are looking at how they set themselves up across risk and looking to proactively uplift that maturity and uplift the capability across their risk teams. The main reason for doing this is businesses have seen what happens when you get it wrong. Firstly, the huge fines that can get handed out, and secondly is the reputational damage that can come from that hitting the market. Businesses are also looking at how they can better protect themselves moving forward, especially with the new regulation and new areas of focus that are coming from the regulators. There is still considerable need across what I'd now call the traditional areas of risk within a business, which are the line one risk and control advisory teams that are embedded in the business, supporting consumer finance or the mortgages business or distribution. What we're seeing more broadly is risk is now intersecting all parts of an organisation, whether it be more around technology, cyber, data, and really in particular projects. So projects would be relating to any change initiatives happening across the business, system implementations, new products being introduced, or in the market looking more at the M&A activity that's happening across certain industries. Outside of that, it's looking at what the regulators are really focusing on at the moment, which is information security, data management, cyber resilience. They're the critical areas. From a seniority perspective, the demand's still very much at the 120 to 160k range. They're the people that are very hands-on doing the delivery side. The market, where it's challenging at the moment, it's more that 170 to 200k range. With that, they're looking for people with particular experience, particular knowledge, but most importantly, the commerciality to your experience, where you can actually deliver change and influence the stakeholder groups that you're supporting. I have 3 pieces of advice for hiring managers. The first is move fast. Know exactly what your process looks like, know exactly who candidates are going to be meeting, and preemptively book out time in their diaries. Roles up to 180,000, ideally keep it to a 2-stage interview process. When you meet a great candidate, hire them. The second piece of advice is offer suitable remuneration. If it's a business critical role, it's most important to get the right person in there that can deliver that, as opposed to saving $10,000, $15,000 to get somebody that might not be able to do that. The third piece is it's know exactly what you're selling and exactly what the attraction to your team is, and be specific. Everyone in the market is offering flexible work arrangements, offering great team culture, great leadership. You want to be able to explain exactly what the benefit of your team is, specific to what they're looking for. Following on from that, I actually have a piece of advice for candidates. It's really valuable in the current market to partner with a specialist recruitment consultant. Our role is to know exactly what you love to do, what your career drivers are, what you're looking for in not just your next step, but also in your future career. So our job is to make sure we pair you and partner you with the right teams that are going to offer and fulfill all of those. Flexible working is incredibly important to everybody at the moment, both in assessing where they're currently at and also qualifying new opportunities in the market. There's no standard approach. Businesses are talking about 2 to 3 days in the office being the optimum level. The feedback we're getting from our clients is they're trying to get it up to the 3-day mark. The reason is during COVID times, during lockdown, when everything was virtual, they found a real disconnect between people, their colleagues, the business, and also their managers. So being in the office 3 days will allow them to better connect with their colleagues, have stronger relationships with their manager, talk more about where they are from a career perspective, how they can develop further, how they can progress within the organisation, and also make them better partners to the business and better able to influence outcomes from the relationships that they form. The risk market is going to continue to be extremely busy. The regulators are continuing to focus on the banks. They're heightening their focus across the superannuation and insurance industries. My advice would be risk is definitely having its moment in the sun. Take this opportunity to look at what the regulators are talking about, what those emerging risk classes are, and focus on building a unique skill set. The areas are, there's so much happening around environmental social governance, around climate risk, risk culture, conduct risk is still very much in focus, risk in change, supporting projects from a delivered and delivery risk perspective. All of those will be incredibly valuable for you in the short term, and they will help you set you up in the long term as well.